Hello, I'm Catherine Chido for Channel 12. Recently, a number of Des Moines students had the opportunity to learn from and work with professional musicians from different parts of the country and around the world. The Bryant Park Quartet recently visited South Union Elementary as part of their trip to Des Moines for performance at the Des Moines Art Center. Members Ben Russell, Stephen Miyake, Tomoko Fujita, and Des Moines native Adam Meyer played to dozens of students in the South Union Gymnasium.
We try and perform for a wide range of audiences. In the concert hall, we've given lots of concerts in New York in the concert hall, in community centers, in nursing homes, but kids especially at this age I think are so valuable to play for just because they're sponges still, and they don't have some of the usual stigmas about classical music that, oh, it's supposed to be stuffy and boring, and so we can catch them before they develop those attitudes and prove them wrong. So we try and have, lots of energy and lots of fun with them.
And they've taken their energy, fun, and passion for classical music all over the country. The New York-based quartet has traveled extensively in the last year and a half.
We've done a lot in the year and a half that we've been together. We've spent a week in Ohio doing 2 presentations a day in schools. We've twice now gone to Kentucky, spending about a week and a half each time, doing at least 3 presentations a day, if not more. In Kentucky, we went practically in the whole state. We just sort of zigzagged across the whole state. So we've done a lot of this, and in New York State as well, in New York City, on Long Island.
To the casual observer, it may just seem like a good time for the kids, listening to some great music. But these performers aim to give their young audiences a better understanding of music and some insight into what makes a quartet like theirs work.
Well, I think we all combine our efforts to come and to come together. Each presentation is different, but this week when we're in Iowa, my goal is to introduce all the instruments in a way where they can see kind of how they're similar but also very different, and then in addition to that, then see how a string quartet works together, what our roles are within a quartet, and so they can see kind of the inner workings, and it helps them learn how to listen a little bit better, so that they know, okay, the first violin has the melody, and these other instruments are supporting that in these ways. So
the school performances done by the Bryant Park Quartet are great experiences for kids who may have never been exposed to classical music or gotten to hear it performed live. But the kids aren't the only ones who get something out of these performances.
You get instant feedback, when they love it, they just, they share that excitement, and it's just sort of, it's energizing to me.
This was the group's first visit to Des Moines to perform and present their educational programming to kids. If you would like to find out more about the Bryant Park Quartet, visit our website at www.channel12online.org. In other news, the choir director, whose life and music inspired the hit movie Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, was in town to show some students that music can change your life. Professor Iris Stevenson is the Director of Choral Activities and Chairperson of the Visual and Performing Arts Department at Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles, California. She recently spent 2 days working with Roosevelt and Hoover choir students as Roosevelt Vocal Music Department's first artist in residence.
Well, this is a great program. Mr. James McNear, the vocal instructor here at Roosevelt High School, invited me to be a part of his Artist in Residence program. So it's really great. I was really, really glad to be contacted for him, and he has a combined choir, and we're calling it the Bridges to Harmony combined choirs, and we're bringing individuals not only from Roosevelt, but I understand that some other schools are involved, Hoover, East, and some other schools that are here, and it's a great program.
Students spent 2 days working with Iris and a group of former Crenshaw students. They learned 12 brand new songs, as well as dance and stepping moves, and their efforts didn't go unnoticed.
We've gone through maybe about about 12 songs and about 12 items. So that's a pretty ambitious program for a 2-day event with students that we've never seen before, and we can't assess their abilities, but the kids have been fantastic. I'm a teacher in a public high school in Los Angeles, California, and we have a standard of excellence that we have already set, and I expect everybody to attain that. And I am glad to say that the students here in Des Moines, Iowa, from Des Moines Public School District, really reached that mark of excellence yesterday.
And while that standard of musical excellence is important to achieve, events like this one can also teach lessons beyond the music.
Our shared experiences produce common ground. We need to understand one another, so at least they'll walk away with friends, where they walk away from people in school that they never knew had that type of, same interest. And I want them to have an understanding, not only of each other, but understand other cultures. Okay, so this is something different. Let's see where we can go with this difference. I want the students to walk away from this experience with a more global view, knowing that I don't have to just stay in Des Moines all of my life. I know that they don't intend to, but I would like them to be able to go not only to other parts of the United States, but I want them to be able to go around the world and just be able to appreciate all the great and wonderful experiences that we have in this world.
The 2-day workshop exposed the students to many genres of music and dance and culminated in a performance held in the Roosevelt Auditorium. And finally, a world-renowned violinist brought her time and talents to Des Moines. Midori Goto, one of the world's leading violinists, recently traveled to Des Moines to perform with the Des Moines Symphony. Her trip included visits to several Des Moines schools, where she spoke with students and even performed workshops like this one with the Roosevelt Orchestra.
This is part of my week-long residency here in Des Moines with the youth orchestras, and I've been visiting different high schools, working with the orchestras in the public schools here in Des Moines, and as well as working in the Academy of the Des Moines Symphony with the young musicians in chamber music settings. We had an orchestral concert and different things. It's been a great fun week for me.
In all, several hundred Des Moines students had the opportunity to interact with and be inspired by these musicians and educators. If you would like more information about any of the groups or individuals who shared their time and talents with our students, visit our website at www.channel12online.org. For Channel 12, I'm Catherine Chido. Thanks for watching.